etiquette. The manager had been kind to him, appreciated his services, employed him to do difficult work. Why should he not profit by that show of favor to call at his house? One day, therefore, he repaired to the market and bought 25 pears. Having carefully arranged them in a basket to make them appear as if they came from a distance, he took them to Madame Walter's door with his card, on which was inscribed, "Georges Duroy begs Madame Walter to accept the fruit which he received this morning from Normandy." The following day he found in his letterbox at the office an envelope containing Madame Walter's card, on which was written, "Madame Walter thanks Monsieur Georges Duroy very much and is at home on Saturdays." The next Saturday he called. Monsieur Walter lived on Boulevard Malesherbes, in a double house which he owned. The reception rooms were on the first floor. In the antechamber were 2 footmen. One took Duroy's overcoat, the other his cane, put it aside, opened a door, and announced the visitor's name. In the large mirror in the apartment, Duroy could see the reflection of people seated in another room. He passed through 2 drawing rooms and entered a small boudoir in which 4 ladies were gathered around a tea table. Notwithstanding the assurance he had gained during his life in Paris, and especially since he had been thrown into contact with so many noted personages, Duroy felt abashed. He stammered, "Madame, I took the liberty." The mistress of the house extended her hand and said to him, "You are very kind, Monsieur Duroy, to come to see me." She pointed to a chair. The ladies chatted on. Visitors came and went. Madame Walter noticed that Duroy said nothing, that no one addressed him, that he seemed disconcerted, and she drew him into the conversation which dealt with the admission of a certain Monsieur Linet to the academy. When Duroy had taken his leave, one of the ladies said, "How odd he is! Who is he?" Madame Walter replied, "One of our reporters. He only occupies a minor position, but I think he will advance rapidly." In the meantime, while he was being discussed, Duroy walked gaily down Boulevard Malesherbes. The following week he was appointed editor of the Echoes, and invited to dine at Madame Walter's. The Echoes were, Monsieur Walter said, the very pith of the paper. Everything and everybody should be remembered, all countries, all professions, Paris and the provinces, the army, the arts, the clergy, the schools, the rulers and the courtiers. The man at the head of the department should be wide awake, always on his guard, quick to judge of what was best to be said and best to be omitted, to divine what would please the public and to present it well. Duroy was just the man for the place. He was enjoying the fact of his promotion when he received an engraved card which read, "Monsieur and Madame Walter request the pleasure of Monsieur Georges Duroy's company at dinner on Thursday, January the 20th. He was so delighted that he kissed the invitation as if it had been a love letter. Then he sought the cashier to settle the important question of his salary. At first, 1,200 francs were allowed Duroy, who intended to save a large share of the money. He was busy 2 days getting settled in his new position in a large room, one end of which he occupied, and the other end of which was allotted to Boisrenard, who worked with him. The day of the dinner party he left the office in good season in order to have time to dress, and was walking along Rue de Londres when he saw before him a form which resembled Madame de Marelle's. He felt his cheeks glow and his heart throb. He crossed the street in order to see the lady's face. He was mistaken and breathed more freely. He had often wondered what he should do if he met Clotilde face to face. Should he bow to her or pretend not to see her? I should not see her, thought he. When Duroy entered his rooms, he thought, I must change my apartments. These will not do any longer. He felt both nervous and gay, and said aloud to himself, I must write to my father. Occasionally he wrote home, and his letters always delighted his old parents. As he tied his cravat at the mirror, he repeated, I must write home tomorrow. If my father could see me this evening in the house to which I am going, he would be surprised. Sacristi, I shall soon give a dinner which has never been equaled. Then he recalled his old home, the faces of his father and mother. He saw them seated at their homely board, eating their soup. He remembered every wrinkle on their old faces, every movement of their hands and heads. He even knew what they said to each other every evening as they supped. He thought, I will go to see them some day. His toilette completed, he extinguished his light and descended the stairs. End of chapter 6, part 1. Recording by Martin Geeson in Hazelmere, Surrey.